There was a fellow by the name of John Devitt and two other guys from San Jose, California in 1983 when the wall in Washington was dedicated, the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. John really wanted to be able to create it, something similar to it that he could take around the country because he knew people would not be able to get to D.C. I mean, it's a far way for a lot of people, but even if you're close by, sometimes you're never going to make it. So his idea was to be able to share this with people around the country. So he actually got permission to get the original documents and the way they created the wall and create it using plexiglass at the time. So they've been through a number of different materials that they've used. They finally are working with aluminum. But the main thing is that they've been in over 1,500 communities since 1983. Having it here in Livingston County meant so much to me simply because I grew up here. I went in the Army. I was at 83 Main Street in Avon in September 8th of 1966 when I was 17 years old and joined the Army. And 2 months after I turned 18, I was in Vietnam, and it was 2 months before my class graduated. So I was there for 792 days. I was there for 26 months. I've been back twice, so I put 840 days in Vietnam. So I've spent a good bit of time in Vietnam, mentally and physically. But everybody today, I think, really had a wonderful time, and the temperature was just great. Nice having we had the helicopter out of the CH-47 out here, and it did a flyby after it took off. And, you know, it's like, what else do you want? This is pretty good stuff, you know. But anyway, we're going to be open until closing ceremonies are 9 o'clock on Monday morning. And we'll be taking the wall down about 1 o'clock on Monday. But we have a lot of people to thank, and in the program that we've got, we thanked everybody that had contributed. So we're very happy with the results today. And all this weekend and into Monday, everything is free as far as going into the museum. So there's no charge at all for anyone for the museum. Hoping we want to get more people to come back some other time. So.
What do you hope having the moving wall here does for people or for the community?
The specifics are, everything is great when it comes to memorializing the dead, but we have to think about the here and now and the living. And the living means all these veterans, whether they're Vietnam veteran era or younger vets coming out of military in the last year or two. We've got to take care of them, and there's a lot to take care of. There's a lot of transition challenges that they have. Sometimes they run into problems with work or with just adjusting psychologically. And so we really have to focus on what we can do for people right now and not so much look back. And one of the things this does is this really highlights what Livingston County is doing right now for veterans and what they intend to do for the future. And that's one of the real reasons I wanted to have this highlighted here, is because I want people to focus on the fact that Livingston County is a great place for veterans, and it makes everybody more excited about helping.
And you mentioned earlier some of the reaction that you've seen from people when they see a name on the wall.
I think a lot of it ends up being so individualized and personalized, but I think more than anything else, it's almost like seeing somebody you hadn't seen in a long time, and now you're face to face with them, and you can't say anything to them, but they're there with you. Even though it's just a name, it's just letters on a piece of aluminum, but it brings back, it elicits the memories, good or bad, of that person. It's a very profound thing. And I've seen people that you would think would be stoics and they'd be the toughest characters on earth. They just break down. It collapses everything in them. Their emotions overwhelm them. But there's everything in between that and someone that comes up and sits on one of those benches for a half an hour and prays or just thinks about that person that they knew. There's a lot of different things that go into it.